Should you pull for Sephiroth? His roles are a melee attacker and a Fervent Blow, his skill 1, it is a high turn rate attack with 4 AoE HP attacks with 3 more HP attacks. It will grant 2 levels of Genova if he already has the buff active. Octa Slash, his skill 2, it deals 11 HP attacks with 1 50% splash. It grants 2 levels of Genova, and whenever he is breaking or attacking a broken target with this move, he grants 1 more level of Genova. Black Materia, his EX, it deals 9 AoE HP attacks, inflicting Group Break, giving 1 free ability use, and reduces the enemy's group brave by a total of 450% of their current brave. Lastly, it will grant 3 levels of his buff, Reunion, for 6 turns. Scintilla, his LD, does 9 split HP attacks, grants 1 level of Bringer of Despair for 12 turns. Lastly, it will inflict group cellular erosion for 8 turns. Power of Black Conflict, his FR, the attack will reduce the enemy's group brave by 100% of their current brave and will inflict cellular erosion for 8 turns on everyone. Heaven's Light, his BT, it lasts for 8 turns, gives himself an HP cap up of 70%, a party HP cap up of 30%, and most veterans know the monstrosity that is Sephiroth's BT effect. All enemies will reset their brave to 1 at the end of every turn. It doesn't matter how much brave they had in the beginning, they could have 9 million brave at first, it still gets reset to 1. Sephiroth's buffs and debuffs. Genova is a leveled effect from 1 to 5. It will grant him speed up from 50% all the way to 300%, and all enemies' speed will be lowered by 10%. Reunion, it is another leveled effect from 1 to 5. It grants brave regen from 40 to 200% of initial brave. Cellular erosion, his faded debuff. The enemy has a brave sapped by 10% of Sephiroth's max brave, and through this debuff, any debuffs inflicted by Sephiroth will become gold framed, and that includes the debuff cellular erosion itself. In fact, it's actually the only debuff that he gives. So basically, this move is gold framed. Sephiroth's force conditions, there are 2 of them. The first one gives 40% whenever anyone attacks a debuffed enemy, and another 40% whenever anyone has a leveled buff or overhead. Sephiroth's pros, his damage is awesome now. Big numbers, on-turn damage. His power was a little bit lacking before, but now
this stuff is buzzing respectfully.
Also with Sephiroth, we gotta talk about his even outside of his BT effect. You have his instant group break from his EX, but also his FR. And with his BT effect, the 1 reset effect thing, it will override any enemy's brave healing, brave recovery, but also it will override break, your own break. If you break everyone with an attack, Sephiroth's BT is still setting them to 1. And guess what? You can break again. This opens up the doors for Sephiroth being compatible with many other units that also deal with break. For example, Aranea, Lightning, Dorgon. When his rework comes out, God knows when that's going to happen. Those types of cats are going to benefit greatly from Sephiroth. Even if you're not planning on using Sephiroth as your main DPS, he still provides a lot of utility to the party. It is also due to his very high party auras. Holy crap. Have you looked at that? Let me just list off some of them. We have a party attack up by 100% and a party brave gains up by 50%. That is pretty freaking good. He has a lot more than that. He will absolutely be okay as your third party unit. That's enough raving out of me for his BT. We got to talk about his FR because his FR is strong AF. I was at the gym the other day. I saw Sephiroth's FR bench press 6,000 pounds. And we all love this. It's a very easy FR to fulfill. Attacking a debuffed enemy is one of the easiest conditions you could ever have in this game. When you're looking at the second condition, having a leveled buff or overhead, all you need is ready LD call, and everyone will be fulfilling that condition. Problem solved. Sephiroth's cons. He unfortunately doesn't deal very many brave hits in between many of his HP attacks. Whenever you're fighting bosses where brave reductions are huge and you don't get as much brave as you normally would in a fight, Sephiroth's damage can suffer a bit. So pairing him up with a good support is a great way to ensure that he deals the most he can. You can thank SimplyLost for giving me this con, by the way. This one, however, I did. Sephiroth is a very fast attacker. So Sephiroth is going to be one of the fastest units in the game, really. Again, I think it's great that they extended his BT all the way to 8 turns, but the effect still isn't that long. It's not going to last you a 50-turn fight. Also factoring in Sephiroth's speed, if you're not careful, it will run out quick. Once you activate Sephiroth's BT, more often than not, it should be when you're ready to really go ham on the enemy. Is Sephiroth's BT necessary? Very. If you don't have his BT and you plan on using him, just know that he can't do anything else other than DPS. Even though that's his main role, I still recommend you green him because not only are you going to be getting more HP cap ups, but you're also going to be having a much more versatile character. Remember that his burst gives his Broken Brave reset effect, as well as his very surprisingly high party supports. My should you pull rating for Sephiroth is going to be an S. My bias wants me to rate him higher, but I have to keep some level of objectivity in here. And if you really enjoy using people like Lightning, Aranea, Dorgon, Sephiroth is almost a must-have. Thank you guys so much for watching with me. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!